lost and I know where to go now. I don't really have a place to call my home now. Everybody hating on the physical now. Why do everybody make me feel alone? Like I'm trying lost and I know where to go now. I don't really have a place to call.
Whiskers, stop being so nice to her. Just put her down and let her walk on her own, Natsu said. I'm tired, Lucy groaned, exhaustedly. Well, all of us are tired, Natsu said. It's all good, really, Naruto smiled. Natsu groaned. You're too nice, Whiskers, Natsu said. Aye, happy, chirped. Out of a sudden, Russell in the bush crashed. The actions of all the three teens, Natsu immediately jumped for the bush. Who's there? Natsu shouted. As soon as Natsu landed on the bush, fight soon began. Naruto sighed. It's probably Gray, he thought. Do you always have to fight? Lucy cried worriedly, peeking over to Naruto's shoulder. You can't take him, Natsu. Happy cheered. Oh boy, Naruto deadpanned. He looked up to see Natsu and Gray jumped into the air, glaring compasly at each other before landing back on the ground. It's Gray, Happy said, and of course he has nothing to expect for boxers. Natsu Naruto said nonchalant. What is he doing in his underwear? Lucy questioned. Trying to find the bathroom? Gray answered. Then why would you strip down before you found one? Naruto asked, giving the rival and a blank stare. Yeah, who the heck ever heard of the bathroom in the middle of the forest? Natsu shouted. I want some privacy. I don't expect an idiot to barge in. Gray shot back. Lucy, who finally got off of Naruto, back sweat dropped. They're so childish, Lucy said to the cat. Happy said, so you were on your way back from a job? Lucy asked. Yeah, there is a shortcut in through these woods that will get you back to town in no time, Gray said. See, I told you so, Happy said. Naruto chuckled. Yeah, well, if your nose is so sharp, then how come you did it? No, Gray was right in front of us, smart guy. And Naruto-kun, didn't you sense Gray? Lucy said. Yeah, I sensed him, but I just didn't want to say it, Naruto replied carelessly. Yeah, and there's are just some things you shouldn't smell, Happy said. Naruto laughed. What are you saying? Gray snapped irritatedly. I agree. So you go on home and we'll smell you later. Natsu said. Fine, I'll go. And if you don't want any trouble, you should too, Gray warned. Naruto whined his eyes. Huh? It's Erza-chan coming home. He wondered why would you say that, Lucy asked. 'Cause Erza is due back any time now, Gray said. Immediately Natsu's face paled, but Naruto remained calm. In fact, he was smiling. The Erza, Lucy said. Yep, she is the most powerful woman in fairy tale, Happy said. Much on a fish. I can't wait to meet her, Lucy squealed, while Gray and Natsu didn't seem too excited about the news. But I've seen any pictures of her in Sorcery Weekly. What is she like? Lucy asked curiously. Scary? Natsu and Gray mumbled. Lucy went pale, clinching onto Naruto's, who was unfazed by this news. Wild animal. Gray said, a vile beast. Natsu continued, more like a full-on monster. Happy finished. Lucy stared to a question on whether she wanted to meet Erza. She's not that big, you guys, Happy said, chewing through his fish. Naruto chuckled. Yeah, for real. Naruto said through a laugh. Well, she is big enough for me, Naruto said. One thing we can all agree on this, that she is definitely that scary. Well, maybe a little scarier, Gray said, his hands crossed over his chest. You guys are just overthinking it, Naruto said. No, Whiskers, she is that scary. Natsu said. What? I agreed. You that Erza can destroy 3 mountains in one kick. Gray said. You don't need to exaggerate it like that. It's more like two, Happy said. Well, I can destroy entire nation with one Biju bomb, Naruto thought. If guys, even if she is able to kick down a single mountain, that is still scary. And how come Naruto isn't scared? Lucy said in disbelief, looking over on face Naruto, sitting on the ground with his hand behind his back of his head. That's because Naruto isn't scared of Erza. Happy said, really? Lucy said, still clinging on to Naruto. Naruto is actually more scarier than Erza. Well, only when you anger him, Happy said. Lucy looked at Naruto and Naruto-kun is scarier than Erza? Lucy wondered, but like I said, we should get back. Even though she is not as scary as Whiskers, here she is still one scary ass woman. Gray said, crap, let's get going. Natsu determined, but before the four teens could react, a loud explosion was created by a green creature, leaving Natsu, Lucy, and Gray buried by the dust, while Naruto stood on top of the dust with his chakra. What now? Gray said with irritation. Wait a minute. Where the hell is Happy? Naruto wondered before seeing the blue cat try to stick hovering over the campfire about to cook. Happy, both Naruto and Natsu shouted, help me. Happy whimpered. Happy kidnappers chuckled evilly. We're finally gonna get some real proteins. And twins said excitedly, no, berries for us tonight. The other twins said. Both of them drooled. Meat, a big chicken overall cooked. Over the future holds a feast. A guy with greenish hair said, holding what looks like a crystal ball, looking into that. Happy trembled in fear. He didn't want to be eaten, and looking at him, shaking a twin's teeth. Relax, you're gonna be our bills soon. Enough so there's nothing to be scared of. A demonic like creature. Sure, still shaking happy. Actually, I'm not shaking because I'm scared. I got used to the bathroom really bad, Happy said through trembling. I can't hold it much longer. And I bet y'all it's gonna be taste bad and weird, Happy added. Who cares? Now cook him. The demon ordered meat. The chicken cooked as his magic staff lit the fire already to the light of the campfire that is supposed to cook Happy. Hey, I'm serious. It's gonna make me take funny. I just know it well, Happy said. Hold it right there. Natsu, a voice shouted as Naruto stood beside him with his arm across his chest. The 14 on the edge of a cliff looking down of Happy and at his kidnappers. Happy Lucy shouted, thank goodness. Now I'm not going to taste weird, Happy said, relieving. Quiet down, the demon said. Naruto narrowed his eyes. That's our friend. You're trying to roast Buddy? Sorry, but you guys are just gonna have to make another plans for dinner. Natsu said, cracking his neck. You're all wizards, aren't you? What guild are you with? Gray demanded. I'm not telling. The demon smirked. Get them? He ordered. Naruto smirked. Alright, Whiskers. Gray, do this. Natsu said, you don't even have to tell me. I already know, Pinky. Naruto replied, gripping his fist tightly and smirked. And don't go telling me what to do, Gray said, irritatedly, as the three all began and swift and effortlessly dodged everything on Happy's kidnappers. Sandbomb, go, the demon shouted after the slam his fist down as a magic circle appeared. A large sandball formed as Natsu fell towards it, unable to avoid it, causing him to be seemingly trapped. Natsu, Lucy shouted worriedly. Naruto and Gray looked over. He is fine, Gray assured. Yeah, you should go and help Happy, Naruto said. Right, Lucy. Run over to free Happy. The twins charged at Gray, holding knives in their hands, and Gray engaged them in fight. Gray gave him twins two powerful kicks and delivered the other effortlessly defeating them. Happy Lucy gonna eat me, Happy whimpered as Lucy worked on Happy's ropes. Shut up, cat, Lucy shouted, and Happy didn't just that upon seeing the big chicken approaching them. Lucy screamed. Naruto looked over. Luchan. Lucy Naruto shouted, please don't kill me, Mr. Chicken, she yelled frantically as the chicken prepared to swing his stab on Happy and Lucy, but was stopped whenever its attack was interfered by Naruto and Gray, as they both gave the chicken a deliberate kick. Thanks, Naruto-kun. Lucy smiled, looking back at the blonde shinobi, while still continuing to run. No problem, Luchan. Naruto smiled back. Next, Gray shouted. The guy with the crystal ball was next. I see someone special, but the stars points a great troublesome, he said. Gray and Naruto both sweat dropped. You telling my future? Gray yelled, kicking the guy away, while Naruto laughed. Ha, that's funny, Naruto said through laugh. Gray just looked at Naruto with, really? A face. He is not using magic, and Naruto isn't using any jutsus or chakra, Lucy said in awe. And put some clothes on, Lucy shouted. Crap, Gray panicked, making Naruto laugh even more. Where did those brats come from? Anyway, the demon creature wondered before his big ball of sand began erupting and eventually exploded, revealing a full, unskilled Natsu. You jerk, my mouth is now full of sand. It's all because of you, Natsu said. His fists clashed to each other, created red magic circle. Here it goes. Fire Dragon Iron Fist, Natsu shouted, lighting his fist on fire and charging at the demon creature. Natsu gave him a good punch, whistle, knocking the other out at the same time, creating a large explosion. Naruto let out a sigh, and he overdoes it again, he mumbled. Lucy noticed the giggle, launching herself onto his arms. Yeah, don't you think you may have overdone it a little? Gray said. So what if I did? I got the job done. Natsu snapped. Grow up already. You're an embarrassment of the guild. If you wanna meet me or talk to me or play together on this game, just join this server, and this is my account. Alright? Alright, thank you guys for watching.